I think a healthy diet is very important to glaucoma, and unfortunately, we doctors don't talk about it enough. When it comes to glaucoma, we focus so much on the eye pressure because we know that elevated eye pressure is the top and the only real known modifiable risk factor that we have. So it's the top thing that we try to control. But as we learn more and more about glaucoma, we're finding out that things like oxidative stress to the retina nerve tissue and also blood flow abnormalities may be contributing to glaucoma. So when it comes to diet and exercise, there's a lot of things that one can do. So for example, when it comes to diet, having a diet rich in green leafy vegetables is very important because you are increasing your intake of antioxidants. The nutrition that we get from the diet and the way that the flavonoids and carotenoids are absorbed by our body are better when it's taken in our diet. And also things like nitrates, which you can find in green leafy vegetables, root vegetables, and cruciferous vegetables are very good. The darker the vegetable, like the more green the vegetable, the better, because those are very rich in antioxidants. All of this really underscores the fact that there are other things that cause glaucoma that we don't completely know about. If you're eating good, nutritious food, then you're preventing oxidative stress in your body and potentially increasing your healthy blood flow. I'm a big advocate of a plant-based diet, but that's just me. There's nothing wrong with eating animal products. But when it comes to a plate, like an ideal plate for someone with glaucoma, I would again advocate for things that are rich in antioxidants. So those are going to be your green leafy vegetables, things like avocado, asparagus, spinach, kale, collards. I also advocate for things that are considered part of the Mediterranean diet and are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. You can find that in fish oil, walnuts, and then flaxseed. So if you can include those things on your plate, even better. Other things I would advocate for are berries. Having berries sprinkled with a little bit of oregano is a great way to get an antioxidant punch in your diet. I'm a big advocate of increasing your plant intake. Nothing wrong with having meat, it's not going to harm you. But when it comes to glaucoma and getting in a good diet, just make sure you really get your veggies and your omega-3 fatty acids. We know that exercise can help us. It can help increase our blood flow. We know from previous studies that have been published that runners tend to have a lower eye pressure, and people who take more steps, so who walk more, actually have slower visual field progression. And that work has been published by some of our colleagues who work in the glaucoma field. So the bottom line is that exercise is very good, especially aerobic exercise, because it's pumping our blood. It's getting that blood flowing throughout our body. I would probably avoid really exhaustive exercise. So that's where you're doing extreme weightlifting. And the reason why I say that is because it increases the pressure in the top of your body. It's this thing called the Valsalva maneuver. So maybe you've seen people who are like weightlifting and they're really huffing and puffing. That's the type of thing that you want to avoid if possible. A lot of people ask us about yoga, and yoga is a great exercise. There are actually many different components to yoga. So when it comes to the physical exercise part of yoga, avoiding positions where your head is below your heart for a prolonged period of time are not good, but for a short period of time is generally permissible and okay. You want to try to keep your head above your heart is what I say. Things like alternate nostril breathing, which is a component of yoga, are very good. They help us to control our blood flow. Definitely you want to engage in exercise. I would say 3 to 4 times a week of aerobic exercise if possible. Running and walking is great, stretching, wonderful also, but just try to avoid like the really exhaustive type of exercise.